Iceprince Zamani, the very popular hip-hop artist, has come out to support the Middlebelt emancipation from the Arewa shackles. He has come out to claim that he doesn't belong to the Hausa Fulani, neither is he a subject of the Arewa, that he is a Plateau statesman. He is from the tribe called Angas, and they are not to be subjected to the rule of the Fulani's. Mr. Rav, welcome. What's your reaction to this?
Angas tribe and the Kaje tribe and you know, they are the Lantangs. They are together with the Lantang, and the Angasians are original Plateau people. And I can actually tell you that they have natural resources, mineral resources in Plateau State. I think I have two of them here with me, the bauxite and tin. Tin in Nigeria was discovered early 70s. Immediately after the war, we actually discovered that tin is largely deposited in Plateau State. I'm trying to tell the whole world how that little tribe could survive it if they stand as a nation state. So if they emancipate today as a nation state, I think they can go far. But what I'm trying to say is that human material is what they needed there. They need people. Human resources is very, very important. In a situation whereby you have gold, every important natural endowment or resources, mineral-wise, you know, in your region, and you are only 14 in number. I'm just giving instance. You don't have strength. Igbebike, you know what it means in Igbo language, connotation. Group of people, much population of humans are strength, is strength. You are trying to exercise your dynamism. When you don't have population of people, number of people, you are nothing. Igbe, meaning group of people, large population of people, commands what? Strength and unique dynamism. They are too small. Angas, they are very, very small people.
So at this junction, should they pally up with the Middlebelt, or should they pally up with the Biafrans, or should they go back to the Fulani?
Bam! You have arrived. You got the question. You hit the nail on the head. You know what? They either align with their former region, East Central State of Nigeria, East Central region.
Was Plateau part of it?
Yes! That is why people are far away from history. Yes! They are not only Timely Christians, they are all Christians. Fulani started their conquest in 18th century, did all they could, but Ato of Igala protected them, not to stretch their Islamization tentacles to the Middlebelt. Ato of Igala protected them. Yes, they are. See, let me tell you, they are largely Christians. Yes. Do you know what is going on now? Because of their short, small, little population, the Arewas are having edge over them. But I want to tell you today that the Hausas we are talking about are not part of Arewa anymore. Sheikh Gumi should go and ask himself a question. Why are they losing? The Fulani's are losing their support, Hausa supporters in the northern region. The Hausas have come out with their militias that are busy annihilating the Fulani fighters in the forest. Wherever they have their slums, at Jigawa, Katsina, Zamfara, Plateau State, Southern Kaduna, the Hausa militias are bringing down those slums, setting it ablaze. Because that's their base, where they stay, orchestrate, and, you know, fathom out many plans to do what? To fight the locals, who are the owners of the land. So they are fighting Hausa now, tooth and nail. Hausas are fighting them now, tooth and nail. I mean the Fulani's. And other sister tribes of the Hausas in the north, Middlebelt, which are this Lantang, Angasian, Kaje tribes, they are unifying together with the Hausas to edge out the invaders, Fulani's, from Futajelo Highland, whose major objectives are to grab the lands of Hausa forefathers. So now they should team up to edge out the Fulani's, because we have already positioned ourselves, planned too well to resist anybody that comes into Igbo land to grab our land.
In the last 1 year, the Igbos seems to have grown more power, not just in economy, but even in securing their own homeland.
Yes.
Sheikh Gumi, whom we know is an unapologetic bandit supporter, has come out
unapologetic.
He has come out to issue another word to probably erase the Igbos, saying that why all of a sudden are the Igbos becoming really loud? That why are they so against Northerners penetrating their territory? I haven't seen what happened in Imo State when a university camp was burned down. And also this issue of Sharia law to be introduced, that why are the Igbos so anti-Muslim and anti-North?
Yeah. You see what? Anti-Igbos, anti-North is a war that started since 1965, early 60s. When the North rose up in 1965, started killing, maiming, and burning down Igbo properties in the North, shouting Araba, Araba, Wanna, Mutu, Wanna, kill, Nyamiri, kill, Nyamiri. See, Gumi was looking at it from that angle where his forefathers, his papa, his father that gave birth to him, was among the mutineering agents of 1960s, both in the barracks and outside barracks, where the Igbos military officers were subjected to killings that lasted for how many months before the actual war broke out. And what provoked the war was that Aguironse was what? Killed. And most of the Igbo officers across Nigerian military barracks were annihilated, as well. Then Ojukwu had to separate from Nigeria, inciting betrayal by other tribes, Fulani, Hausa, and the Yorubas, that he could not stay, cross his finger, seeing the Igbo military officers, Igbo civilians maimed and killed by these dissidents from the north. We actually know it was a war that was led by Hausa Fulani to make sure that the race, the tribe called Igbo, was extincted many years ago, sponsored by over-indicted British, colonial policy or government that was in place then. And they did that, nearly succeeded, but they couldn't. Why? The versatilities of Igbo man. Igbo man is too versatile. Then, we were in almost the whole federal government agencies. We are the one. So what it took other tribes to get there was many years. But it took us how many years? What are we saying? 1940s, 1930s, 1950s, 1960s, 1920s, we are everywhere. So that's why it is not hard for us to balance as a Biafran nation who had Department of Logistics, Amore, Biaras, Amor builders, people that can use precisions, lots and lots of materials, things, whatever, maybe iron, blah, 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 to build weapons. And you see how Ogbunigwe was built or manufactured by the Igbo war engineers. Engineer Roy Umenyi, Engineer Kenneth Onwukadike. That one is a history of African tradition and culture. Anyway, but we use him during the war because Kenneth Onwukadike was a good mathematician, a professor of mathematics then, and also traditional and African history, let me say, a professor, not even PhD. So you have others, there are many names. Colonel P.C. Okoye, Colonel Njoku, Roy Umenyi, the then deputy governor to Jim Ifeanyichukwu Nwobodo. During Chagari regime, he was a Biafra war engineer, weapon engineer. So we had all this in place. What I'm trying to say is that Sheikh Gumi is not even coming behind. He's too far away, backward from the Igbos, Igbo nation. So that's why he is pained that Igbos are growing wings recently, militarily, economically. What is he doing with his kinsmen that abuse the rearing animals in the bush, wandering from place to place, one forest to another, from southeastern forest to Yoruba forest or highland, annihilating and killing the farmers? Because they are warlike people, bloody Islamists, people that turn Islam upside down, give it another name and ideologies. They have succeeded because Saudi Arabia has turned their back on them. They don't want to educate them on how hard Prophet Muhammad fought to keep Quran going. And all that is in Quran today has been expurgated by these Islamists, Fulani Islamists, infused their own ideology on Quran so that it will suit their own selfish interest. So what I'm trying to say is that Gumi is not the kind of person that will be pointing accusing finger at the Igbos. He's too little, too small. Look at the young man that was in prison how many years now, messing Nigerian government around up.
Well, the
To
Fulanis
the
are not,
level of coming out to tell Nigerians law students that if any one of them could defend the reason why he Nnamdi Kanu was released and still detained by Nigerian government, he's going to give that person 1 million naira. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is living now. He said both judges, lawyers, law students, name them. If he could defend the reason why he was acquitted, discharged, and still remain incarcerated, if you could defend it, 1 million naira for you. Meaning that Nigeria will have no reason, would have not had any reason whatsoever to detain Nnamdi Kanu. It is illegal. That is an offer that he has thrown open to Nigerian, legal platform. Yeah, he said both Department of Judiciary, judges, lawyers, SANS should come out and defend it. If they defend it and is gazetted in the law of Federal Republic of Nigeria, is going to give the person 1 million naira.
well, the Fulanis are not waiting, or neither are they stopping anytime soon. They have come out to say that tax restructuring that Tinubu proposes will never work because their own population must be accounted for. So therefore, they are not ready to go into that derivative means of sharing the tax, that Tinubu must remain and sustain the current tax. Let me quickly narrate the current tax. The current tax says that when you have the larger population, you earn more than you work. And this is what the northern governors want Tinubu to continue using. Your reaction to that?
Can you listen and pay attention, viewers? The most powerful president, office of the presidency in the world. That office of president, that is the presidency that is the most powerful in the world, is more powerful than White House, is more powerful than number 10 Downing Street. That's the home of British Prime Minister. Of course, White House is the home of United States President. Then you have the name as Oval Office. Then the letters name as number 10 Downing Street. That's Westminster, London. Then again, office of Japanese Prime Minister, German Chancellery, where you have the German president or prime minister now. I don't know whether it's still Angela Merkel, and the rest of presidential offices across the world. Nigerian office of the presidency is the most, let me use the word, most strongest in the world. Do you know where I'm going? Whether the Fulani likes it or not, Tinubu has to use his what? Veto power, the immunity clause given to him as Nigerian president, to prevail on the Fulani lawmakers that are going against this almighty
this
solution.
might lead to outbreak.
No.
Riot.
Now it's a lie. There are many laws that were signed that was not agreed by the members of the upper legislative chambers and lower chambers. He forced it on them. Previous presidents that ruled Nigeria too, Obasanjo and the rest of them, they forced it on the lawmakers. The executive department is the most powerful department organ of government in Nigeria. I think there are 3 organs. That executive is the most powerful. Whatever the executive says in Nigeria stands. That's why I'm telling you that Tinubu will not have, any worry around. If you allow the lawmakers, why are we like this? Why are we suffering? We are suffering because the legislative controls the lawmakers. And it should be proven now that the legislative has come out with a good solution for Nigerians to enjoy themselves. Tax reform bill. Yes. Regionalism bill. Yes. Through federal structure or state bill. Yes. Resources control and restructuring of Nigeria. Yes. Mr. President, office of the president should stand gidigbam, firm, and make sure what I mentioned above, what affirmed. If it is affirmed, I think Nigeria should move forward. We found out that restructuring is just easy because the stooges that are troubling Nigeria now are one, judiciary department of government, organ of government. Two, the legislative organ of government. These two are the trouble we have today. They allow the executive to control them. And that's why we are not moving forward. And now Tinubu has come out with a solution that the whole Nigerians are buying into. We are still going, we are moving forward towards the direction where the lawmakers are to beg them because they are mostly Fulani's. It's a lie. Fulani can never control the government of the Federation of Nigeria because Fulani's, how many are they? They are not up to 10 million in Nigeria. The Hausas are more. Yorubas are more. Other minority tribes are more. I mean, let me name them. Igala, Idoma, Igede, Urobo, Warek, which is Ejo,
Ibibio.
Abraka. Are you listening to
Yeah,
me?
Ibibio.
Isoko. I'm coming. Then when you talk about Cross River and Akwa Ibom, you have Ibibio, you have Efek. These two tribes are many, too many. Fulani can never measure with them. Oh. There are many of these two tribes. Then we are talking about other tribes in Hausa land. That's not. Bari, Nupe, Chibok, Kanuri, and so on and so forth. So what are we saying here? You don't allow Fulani to sit down on our heads. Fulanis are too small. They are doing total gaga because actually what happened in Central African Republic, I don't see it happening here. That's why Gumi is still talking. Because if exactly we could listen to Obasanjo's advice, when he proffered advice that Nigerians should stand up like the Central African Republic and pursue their common enemies, Fulani, that we will get there. What I mean here, in Central African Republic in 2013, when the Fulanis were, doing their normal business of divide and rule, the tribes of that country, East Central Africa country, rose up against Fulani. Fulani was their prime minister. Fulani was the AIG. Fulani was the chief of army staff. Fulani controlled the prison, immigration and custom. The other local tribes rose up against Fulani and pursued them. The president of Central African Republic absconded into Canada. Today, the man is in Canada. The IG of police there, a Fulani man ran away. They chased him away with all manners of clubs, knives, and guns. Then what about the chief of army staff? He was nowhere to be found. The immigration and customs were there. The prison controllers, the Fulanis were there. They pursue out of them, all of them, out of Central African Republic. They ran after them until the Fulanis, all of them disappeared. None of them is there today. Central African Republic, they heaved sigh of peace and relief. No Fulani in Central African Republic. That was when the needful was actually done in that country. We needed such to take place in Nigeria currently so that our political terrain or stage will know peace.